meeting to order. City Clerk Caller, if you wouldn't mind taking silent roll call. First item up is approval of tonight's agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda.
I'll second that motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Dent,
Present.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
and Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
You got it, dude.
Present.
They need to do that in Congress, I think.
All right. Next item up, closed session for litigation.
Need a motion?
Yeah, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we go into close.
I'll
Make a
second.
motion, we go into closed session.
I'll second.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
All right. You all have to step out, please. Terry and Shirley Perkins, are requesting a water tap to allow water access on parcel ID 08-6.0-14-0-00-004.001 from track 4 to track 5 located on private lane 301 off of Highway 72. We're selling track 5 and the buyers would like to access the city water supplies. We would like to give them access from the hydrant located in front of the house on track 4. We will grant easement for track 4 to track 5 to allow digging to install the water line. If that is also needed, please consider our request as necessity to the city since it will generate income from other property owners. Thank you for your time. All right. How does the board wish to proceed?
Okay, so after talking about this, we wanted to also consult with our attorney on this issue. And so with the water, what we felt would be the best way to go about this would be to ask you guys to, if you would, do what?
The voluntary.
To voluntarily annex the property in due to some other legal issues with just providing water. And so with that, then there's the workaround for getting the services that are needed. Again, it has to be voluntary, and you could also ask the other neighbors too, because if they would like water or other services, that would be the way to go forward with that. But that was our discussion on that issue. Anybody else have anything to say on it?
Yeah, go ahead and come on up.
So I was hoping somebody would come up and speak from the group.
Jordan Thompson, VIP Properties. I'm representing Terry and Shirley, and then Richard Pogue is here as well. He is representing Chris, the buyer. One of our questions was, Terry already has a hydrant in front of his house, and he was not annexed into the city when they placed that there. And with the request of only water, what I gathered out of the last meeting was that there was an outside city limit water supply, let's see, like $1 amount per 1,000 gallon that I noticed on some of the information that was going through the last meeting.
That's for probably prior properties that are already annexed into the city.
Well, we were talking about the price that, for the new rates, that's what was up for discussion during because there's new rates that we're gonna vote on here in just a little bit.
Right.
But
right.
that's what that was was coming up on the screen and we were talking about.
So is there, I guess, I assume there's a legal issue to be able to transfer that now? Has something changed over time? I mean, aren't there other homes in the county that are actually provided by the city?
It's hard to speak for other boards and their decisions that were made. But after consulting our attorney, I feel like this is the best way. And again, we're trying to still offer services to be community-minded. That was what our discussion has been.
Yeah, we're just requesting voluntary annexation. I mean, that's up to you folks.
Okay, well, I would say it's mainly up to them.
Yeah.
I'm just here to try to
Sure.
help represent them, but I don't have anything else.
Had to come up to the microphone.
Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah, so I'm Terry Perkins. So I just wanted to get clear, we're not looking for sewer. We're just looking to try to get water to be able to have that water go over to Lot 5.
Yes,
And so to do that, I understand that you want us to then annex into the city to do that.
yes.
Okay.
If I may say something,
Yes.
Sally did say something on Monday that once you're annexed in, if the boundary line from the sewer line was so many feet, he'd be forced to tap into sewer.
Sewer, yeah.
And that,
Yeah,
that
I
he
actually
would,
forgot about that,
yeah.
that point, thank you. But, so there's a sewer line that runs on the other side, runs up Highway 72, which puts that property within the 125 feet of that sewer line. And so that is the other aspect of that. If you were to, if you guys did voluntarily annex in, sewer, it would be, we would have, you guys would have to sign up for the sewer as well.
But there's no way to get sewer there right now because the design of the sewer system only allows one house to go into the sewer system. There's no way to get the other, if I wanted to get into the sewer system, I can't get in there because the design of it only allows one input on
That,
the,
That would probably fall under a contractor, could probably make some type of adjustment or something to
yeah,
provide
I'm
the
sure
services.
anything can be done.
yeah, I'm not
Sure.
familiar with that aspect of it. So that would be something we'd probably have to have another conversation about, that way.
Okay,
I'll give you something to think about, and,
yeah.
don't,
So I'm not familiar what is required to annex into the city, because that's, I mean, I can figure that out. I mean,
But that's a meeting with our city administrator, and can't be,
Okay.
it can't be that terrible of a
Yeah.
process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. Okay.
Chris, Jordan, you guys got something else? Come on, Chris.
I mean, we haven't bought the property or anything yet, but
Yeah.
it's just something we were thinking about doing. And I was talking to a few different people, and it was kind of weird because it's like with those few houses that's in it and accepting it already into it, Robbie Owens and Terry, the precedent was already kind of set for that subdivision. So, when, just like, it's like denying access rights when the precedent's already been set in there. And that just doesn't really make sense for that particular area. I mean, you've already set that precedent for that subdivision.
No,
Which only-
we set it for the individual that allowed the line to go through.
But Robbie didn't.
For past history, it's always been, if you allow us to put a line through there, you get a hookup. I'm not disputing any of that.
But Robbie was after that.
What I'm saying is, if we continue to do that, we could subject ourselves to a different classification other than a municipality. We would be a public works, and that would cause us to go into another.
Well, this is the actual last line there, and all I was getting at is there was a precedent set in that because Robbie's, that was after, you allowed him to do it after that access line was already run.
I'd have to look at all
And
of those.
that is kind of a liability on your guys' part because he was granted that access.
Yes.
So now this is like a discriminatory thing to where you're denying access after that was allowed. Yes, there was a line, but that was given to Terry. That wasn't given to Robbie. Robbie got it afterwards.
Right,
So-
Robbins came in after the line.
And that's just kind of, I mean,
I
we don't have a
agree
dog
with
in
you.
it yet because we haven't actually bought it, but.
Yeah, I
but
get it.
It is big, with that precedent being set, that's kind of, and if Robbie would have been before, I get that, but he was after. So, I don't know.
Well, I think this board, Chris, just to speak, I think that what this board is trying to do is prevent what we currently have going on. If you go over there by the high school, you see the checkerboard incident over there.
Yes.
You got some people in the city, you got some people in the county that, there's a lot of stuff over there that needs to be cleaned up. So I think that that's what this board is trying to do.
And there's some legal
is-
issues with it.
And
Yeah.
I see stopping that, and this board could probably stop it in the future,
Yeah.
but that's why I was just getting at, this
Yeah.
has kind of already been set up that way.
Yeah,
And
but-
then it's,
Yeah,
that's why I think that that's kind of discriminatory that way,
I
to
would-
stop it there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some digging on this as well, because I'd be curious to see how those other meetings went and what was said, and so that's.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm gonna
That's just
dig
something-
on this.
yeah, we don't know who promised what,
Yeah,
but,
I'd be
And how-
curious.
Yeah, how it happened.
yeah, but, yeah, this is basically asking us to extend the current line out further, so,
Yeah. That's already there, that the
Yeah,
precedent was
but-
already set,
I know.
yeah. Anyway, that's
Oh,
all.
yeah.
But
Anyways, I mean-
it's not that, so it's not necessarily that we're denying access either. It's just we're trying to keep it from other,
It's denied, it's already been set out.
so
It would be denied because there would be no way to really
No,
No.
there is a, that was the.
If it's
part of the meeting we have
volunteered.
to have,
So if you volunteer to annex in, it does not require
so, A contiguous.
a contiguous.
There's a third water line, water hookup that we've not talked about, that hooks up on that line, goes to the golf course. I don't know how that happened, or,
I think what we probably should do is, I hate to keep tabling this, but I think we probably need to do a little more digging on this before, I know we had,
yeah.
Closed session.
yeah, I think,
We'll go back into closed session.
but
So,
there's,
and that was done about a year and a half ago.
You guys want to go back into
Yeah.
closed session? Okay, so.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we go into closed session.
I second the
Hang
motion.
on.
wait a minute,
Be right with you.
you can't go back into closed session
can't?
once, you can't.
So at this time,
We have to
at
have
this
it
time,
seconded,
I'd
so-
table it.
Yeah, we'll have to table it.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. go
Yeah,
ahead.
absolutely, you gotta come up to the microphone.
We're getting old and hard of hearing up here.
Yeah,
At least you're getting your steps in.
I need it. The only other thing that I would like to say is basically a comment. There will be no more homes after track 5, through that property. This would be the end of that small area. There will only be 3 to 4 houses in that area.
Right.
Robbie, I'm sure that he probably mentioned to you as well, if he went through this situation, in the near future, they plan to build that 4th house, right there on, I guess that would be track 1. Yeah, track 1. He had bought the 2 tracks together and planned to build a separate house for either his parents or his wives
Okay,
at the time.
thank you.
That's
Okay,
no other
all right. Do I have a motion? The table?
I'll make a motion to table this.
I second the motion.
well, we'll have to have a time.
Yep.
So, yeah, you'll have to wait
What date
till-
would you like to extend that to?
End of June.
Yeah, the end of June.
It'll have to be the end
The
of,
For the-
27th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it.
What's that, 27?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
On the damn calendar, right?
Month away.
It's on a Friday,
it can't be the
I
27th.
apologize, it's the 24th.
Okay.
24th.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll table this to June 24th.
So we got a motion.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah, can we motion this topic to be tabled until June 24th? At that regular scheduled Alder meeting at that time.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes,
and Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
All right. Moving right along. Next item up, bill number 3662.
Bill number 3662, an ordinance repealing Chapter 700, Division 3, Section 700.230 of the City Code of Ordinances of the City of Salem, Missouri.
All right. At this time, do I have a motion for bill 3662?
I make a motion, we approve bill number 3662, repealing Chapter 7, Division 3, Section 700, 230 of the city code.
I second that motion. That was a mouthful.
That was a window.
That was a mountain.
No, well, that's how we get into these situations that we're going into,
Yeah.
because it ain't done that way. Sorry.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Next up, bill number 3663.
Bill number 3663, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the City of Salem, County of Dent, State of Missouri to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
All right. Do you have a motion for bill number 3663?
I make a motion to approve bill number 3663, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city wastewater system.
Do I have a second?
I make a second motion.
This time I'll call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3664.
Bill number 3664, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
All right, this time do I have a motion for bill 3664?
I make a motion to approve bill number 3664.
I second the motion.
Now we'll call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3665.
Bill number 3665, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
All right, this time do I have a motion for bill number 3665?
I make a motion to approve bill number 3665, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
Do I have a second?
I'll second bill number 3665.
Call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3666.
Bill number 3666, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
Thank you. Do I have a motion for bill number 3666?
I make a motion we approve bill number 3666, an ordinance establishing the user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funding needed to pay for all expenses associated with city's wastewater system.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
At this time, I'll call for the vote. Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
and Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3667.
Bill number 3667, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
This time, do I have a motion for bill number 3667?
I move to approve bill number 3667.
Do I have a second?
I'll
I
second.
the motion.
Do you want second? All right. This time, I'll call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
and Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3668.
Bill number 3668, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
This time, do I have a motion for bill number 3668?
I move that we approve bill number 3668.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
This time, I will call for the vote. Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3669.
Bill number 3669, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
This time, do I have a motion for bill number 3669?
I move to approve bill number 3669, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri, to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
Do I have a second?
I'll second bill number 3669.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Next up is bill number 3670.
Bill number 3670, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
All right. Do I have a motion for bill number 3670?
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 3670.
Do I have a second?
I
I'll-
second.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
And Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Bill number 3671.
Bill number 3671, an ordinance establishing a user charge system for the city of Salem, county of Dent, state of Missouri to provide funds needed to pay for all expenses associated with the city's wastewater system.
All right, do I have a motion for bill number 3671?
Make a motion to approve bill number 3671.
Do I have a second?
I second.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
I second that motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
And Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Thank you for all for coming.
Thanks for the pictures.